Alright guys, some of you wanted to see this, some of you didn't. We're going to analyze a bit of Chris Watts' interview, but we're not going to go into the details of the case. Obviously, it's a horrible case. We're going to keep it with the theme of this channel and just reading him lying. So first of all, look at his face. I'll get into that a little more in a second.
WATTS.
Wow. What's going on right now around your house?
Right now, you got K9 units, the sheriff's department. Everybody's like they're doing.
Two things right away. You could see he's hyper-focused, I believe, on the face of who he's speaking to, which to me I read as he's looking for their response, like, am I getting through? So he's not internally focused on his emotions, which you would expect from someone who's just lost their family and is worried about them. He's looking like, are my lies getting through, first of all, and then second of all is he gets hyper detailed, right? Like K9 units, WATTS. Like he's really focused on crossing his T's and dotting his I's, which I feel like has been pointed out so many times about people doing when they lie, but liars still do it, or at least ones who get caught, I guess.
Their best right now to figure out like if they can get a scent, see where they went. If they went on foot, they went in a car, or they went somewhere. And right now it's just like they've been on point. They're going through the house trying to get a scent, and hopefully they can pick something up to where it's going to lead to something.
What happened? Your wife came home. Tell me what's.
She came home from the airport 2 a.m. and
it's so odd. You know, one of you pointed out such a good point how he comes off so normal, but what's not normal is he comes off normal and nonchalant about this. That's what's not normal. He comes off like a super normal guy talking about how like his lawnmower got stolen. You know, like if there's a very calm guy who something got stolen, he was just calm about it. We're trying to find the lawnmower, you know, so they're checking it out, blah, 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 no big deal. So like he comes off very normal, but his normalness is not normal.
I left around 5:15. She was still here.
Details.
And like about 12:10 in that afternoon, her friend Nicole showed up at the door. Like I had texted Shanann a few times that day, called her, say, you know, but she never got back to me, but she wasn't getting back when she was at the door.
What's your wife's name?
So completely ridiculous, right? If your family's gone missing, you're not going to be listing off these very specific details. And let's see, there's a really cool
And over by
moment.
the kids running in the door and just like barrel rushing me, but it didn't happen. And it was just a traumatic night trying to be here.
I'm going to ask some kind of.
Here's an interesting thing. He looked a little worried, and then he made a little smile. His worry, I think, was, is the guy believing me? And he's looking at that man's face, and in response to what he saw, maybe thinking that he was getting some empathy, he gives a little smile, right?
Your relationship with your kids.
My kids are my life. I mean, those smiles
He's
light up my life.
laughing. So he's evil, and he's also doing the Harry thing with his lips. And no, I'm going to be real. I'm not going to compare Harry to this guy. You know, Harry, well, I'll compare the expressions, but I'm not going to say Harry's that bad. Harry's a jerk. He's spoiled. This is a sociopath, evil person. There's different levels. You know, Harry's actually a really bad guy, but obviously not this bad. You know, what he did to his family.
And this, like, I mean, last night, like, during, like, you know, when they usually eat dinner, it was just like, I missed them. Like, I mean, I missed telling them, hey, you got to eat that or you're not going to get your dessert, you know, and just like, you're not going to get your snack after. I missed that. Like, I missed them, you know.
Laughing, smiling. It's ridiculous. It is.
I want everybody to just come home. Like, wherever they're at, come home. That's what I want.
Really is chilling that he's smiling and laughing. You know, he's some kind of not a real, just something different. Funny, like, I think YouTube says you can't dehumanize people, but so I can't say it, but you know, I don't think that's human emotion.
She was on.
She got home at like 1:48. Got in bed
Look how
about 2.
detailed.
What was she going for? Like family trip or what?
It was a Thrive direct sales. It was a local event that was down there between a bunch of leaders in the company. 5:15, 5:30. So like she barely got into bed pretty much.
This might be.
Okay, he's always got the details. There's an interesting moment. Maybe it's not this interview where he's about to say it's the slightest thing, invest it, and he goes, search. He doesn't even want to say investigation.
Tough question, but did you guys get into an argument before she left?
It wasn't like an argument. We had an emotional conversation, but I'll leave it at that. But I just want them back.
Oh my gosh.
I just want them to come back.
Yeah. Again, his emotions are completely not in line with what he's saying. Laughing.
If they're not safe right now, that's what's tearing me apart. Because if they are safe, they're coming back. But if they're not, this has got to stop. Like, somebody has to come forward.
You spoken to her family?
Completely ridiculous. And what is he thinking, giving all these interviews? You know, honestly, maybe he's enjoying it. Like, there's something obviously very sick, very wrong with him. Maybe he's enjoying giving the interviews, like shoving in people's faces. I think I've heard stuff, like he's writing stuff about it from prison. Something's so wrong with him. And like people said, too, it's like you could see that just being a laid-back neighbor or something.
Yeah, they've been in constant contact, like, every hour. I mean, everybody back in North Carolina and the East Coast. I mean, from Maine to Florida.
I'm just thinking, was that Carolina Tar Heels? That's the college team. They must not be enjoying that. That is the one sponsorship you do not want. You have the serial fratricide, infanticide man wearing your freaking shirt.
Florida.
What is her parents saying to you? Like,
they're just like if they need to get on a flight, just let them know. Because I mean, they feel helpless right now because they're on the opposite side of the country. I mean, Colorado is, I mean, you can't just drive around and look. I mean, it's just like you wouldn't really know what you're looking for. That's what the cops pretty much told me. That first day, I was like, I want to get out and drive around. They said, you wouldn't know what to look for.
Last couple questions. What is law enforcement? What have the police or the sheriffs or your neighbors? What's police saying to you?
Right now, what they're doing right now is with the K9s in the sense. I think this is the biggest thing. This is the biggest thing they've done so far because yesterday Frederick Police Department did all the searching of the house and tried to gather whatever information they could.
That was it. That was huge. Did you hear? It was the slightest thing, all the information. He said the split millisecond of the beginning of evidence. So he didn't even want to say evidence. So that is huge. That's the number one thing. Anyways, thanks for watching, everybody. That's just tells you all you need to know. Take care.